On this episode of OFallon Matters, hear a flashy Fort Zumwalt drumline make magic. Discover all the capabilities of OFallon's accessible mobile app. And see how local students are volunteering their time to make our community a great place to work, live, and play. All this and more next on OFallon Matters. Welcome to this episode of OFallon Matters. This first story delves into the world of drums, cymbals, and other sweet-sounding percussion instruments. Now, Joe Meyer has a story of a group of kids who are entertaining their audiences while competing to be the best.
Modulation Z is a dynamic drumline group consisting of high school students from the O'Fallon and St. Peter's area.
How are we doing it?
Modulation Z was created for those students who did not have a winter program at their home schools as a means for them to participate in this fun and exciting musical experience.
Okay, really super sad and just like, oh, this balloon.
This is the only high school-aged performance group to participate in PIA class in the Mid-Continent Color Guard Association and the World Circuit known as Winter Guard International.
If you were to come see a show, you'd see a ton of hard work, a lot of running around like craziness, getting all the equipment on and off because everything's timed, so you've only got so much time to get on the floor, play your show, and get off. So it's a lot of hurrying up to wait kind of thing, and then a performance, it's theater, it's dance, it's music, it's acting all together. So
besides offering individual musical advancement, Modulation Z provides competitive performance opportunities for students. Plus, Fort Zumwalt School District students learn useful life skills, leadership skills, goal setting, and conflict resolution.
You get to meet new people from all the schools in the district, and I made a lot of new friends. It was really cool to get to know other people I didn't know while doing what I love.
All of the schools coming, north, east, and south, coming together and making a product or all trying to achieve a certain goal and the journey getting there. We have sports rivalries, all these other things, but we all come together for Modulation Z.
Modulation Z pushes students to become the best they can be through good coaching and constant practice. And getting a performance perfect can be a challenge.
Good, good, good. One more time.
They help us a lot in different aspects. They find the smallest things and help us to improve because they just want success out of us. They just want us to do all that we can do.
It's honestly a lot different than everything else I've ever done. Whenever you're doing a competition, you think about what your music is, what you're gonna do, and you have to listen back. Battery keeps time, you keep everything that you're gonna do with this. And every once in a while, they'll be too far back, they'll be too forward, or you can't hear them, and you freak out. And it's scary, but it's a lot of fun.
I play tenors and everything, so instead of just banging stuff, you have to switch from multiple drums even though it's the same hand and stuff, so it gets more complicated. Plus, it's a lot of motor control, going from controlling your fingers to your arms, your wrists, and moving at the same time, so it's a lot more than just banging around.
Modulation Z invites anyone in grades 9 through 12 to become a part of their performance family. They accept all skill levels from zero experience to advanced. And they look for musicians with a good attitude, mindset, and drive.
The average age of every other independent A group in the world, because we compete on a world circuit as well, is 20. So our little high school guys are going up against these college guys, and we're doing pretty well.
It takes a group of thoughtful individuals to make Modulation Z a success. And without the dedication from each student's parents, the lights would go out on this show. Modulation Z is proudly endorsed by innovative percussion sticks and mallets and Sabian cymbals. To find out more information on Modulation Z, you can contact Ryan Treasure at rttreasure@fz.k12.mo.us.
When you're on the go, O'Fallon's mobile app is the best way to stay up to date on O'Fallon news and to report an issue that needs attention. And it's just a few finger taps away.
When you see a pothole that needs fixing or a street light that needs replacing, you're probably on your way to work or running some errands. By the time you get home, you've probably forgotten the issue. When citizens like you bring issues like this to the city's attention, it helps us prioritize tasks and fix issues before they become serious. That's why we've developed a mobile app that puts the power of our Citizens First department right on your smartphone.
When we put the mobile app together, we really wanted to try to find a way for our residents to be able to access us when they're out on the go. One of the biggest comments we heard was, hey, we would like to let you know when we see something like a pothole in the middle of the street, can we just take a picture of it and send it to you? So we thought that was a great idea. It takes a matter of 10 seconds to pull over, access the mobile app, and get a hold of us while they're out there. And that's when the ideas come to people, is when they're on the go, so now they can reach us on the go.
The Citizens First mobile app allows residents to pay bills, learn about city projects, and report issues at any time, 24/7. This full-featured app ensures our city services are just a few finger taps away.
The best part about our app is it ties together everything we offer on the website. As soon as you open the app, you have access to the latest news in the city of O'Fallon, helpful phone numbers, options to pay a bill, to find out the latest events going on in the community. The app can pretty much do everything you'd expect and more.
The Citizens First mobile app is also an important tool for exploring O'Fallon, with a dedicated page for festivals and events, and full integration of our city's business map and directory. You'll always know what's going on around O'Fallon.
You're out and you're in an area and you want to know what else is around you. So let's say you've been out shopping and you want to find a restaurant to go to. You can go to our business map, dial up exactly where you are on the map, and see everything within a certain radius of where you are. So you can figure out where you want to go to lunch that day, for example. Another great thing is our city project section. If you live in a neighborhood, for example, that has some street work going on and you want to keep up with how that's going, how long there might be lane closures and things like that, you can follow that directly from our mobile app. Basically, it gives you everything that's on our website in a little bit of a more direct, scaled-down version through the mobile app.
The Citizens First mobile app is available now on both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Search the keyword O'Fallon and download it for free today. Stay connected with your city, explore what's going on, and get the latest updates on city projects on the go with our Citizens First mobile app.
Spring has arrived, and that means road construction is starting up throughout the city. Here's an update on a few large projects taking place this spring.
You may be surprised by the fact that any given time the City of O'Fallon has 40 or more projects in the planning, design, and construction phases. Each project includes building, improving, and maintaining the city's infrastructure. On this month's OFallon Matters, we had a chance to catch up with O'Fallon Project Manager Jeff Schufer to find out what major projects are taking place throughout the spring.
A lane drive is under construction. That's going to pick back up here in mid-March, and that's going to extend for most of the rest of the summer, and it should wrap up late summer, early fall. The road right now, it has the detour. That's going to remain in place for the duration of the construction project. Once they get up closer to the railroad, then we'll be able to get rid of that detour on the bottom half, but we'll still have lane restrictions on the northern half.
If you're starting to see cracks in your neighborhood roads, don't worry, because O'Fallon's street crew will be out in force fixing and repairing streets.
So we have our annual concrete and asphalt programs as we've secured money in the past to go out into the subdivisions and replace concrete slabs. That's an ongoing project that we have. This year is one of our biggest years with that. We have over $2 million to work on slabs, which is a first for us. So Bryan Road this spring, they're going to be replacing slabs out in the mainline pavement. It's going to start at the intersection of Veterans Memorial Parkway, and it'll extend about 1,000 feet south. We're going to pick some of the worst slabs and replace it. We're also going to add pedestrian improvements to that traffic signal as well.
Not only are streets being upgraded, but our parks are getting improvements as well.
Up at the Ozzie Smith Ballpark, they're going to be building a new concession stand and restroom and plaza facility. This is going to be a permanent facility that's going to be there. It'll help provide an extra set of bathrooms for the use of the stadium and some extra concessions. It'll also be used during the fest. They're going to try to integrate that in with the fair setup.
Residents, don't forget that you can follow the progress on all major projects within the city by going to www.ofallon.mo.us. And remember to watch OFallon Matters for the latest updates on projects taking place in O'Fallon throughout the year.
So all these projects, they benefit either the roadway system, removes the cracks, improves the quality of the pavement, tries to restore the life to the infrastructure. I mean, the bottom line is we want to protect the infrastructure because that's how everybody gets around, whether it be the roads or different water line replacements, sewer line replacements. Bottom line is to maintain the infrastructure.
It's time for a break. When we come back, we'll learn about an organization that aids those in need. Also, we'll catch up with the O'Fallon Fire Protection District to find out how their specialized equipment can make all the difference in emergency situations. You're watching OFallon Matters. Welcome back to OFallon Matters. Once again, students from all around the area pitched in to help clean up our parks. Joe Meyer has the story.
Each year, students take a break from their studies and lend a hand to the City of O'Fallon's Volunteer Services Department. These hard-working kids help keep our parks looking beautiful and also learn a thing or two about themselves along the way.
Our younger community members are pretty important here in O'Fallon. Last year, for example, we had over 2,500 volunteers, and over half of that number were under the age of 18. So it's pretty powerful when we see that over 1,000 younger O'Fallon community members are actually getting engaged in their community. So that being said, it's important for us in volunteer services to be able to offer them opportunities to do just that.
Hitting the ground running.
Well, I think students realize that the world that they want to create for themselves is one of service, and one of they realize that they're getting a college education, which is a privilege. And so they want to give back to the community because of the privilege that they've received, being able to get a college education themselves.
You get totally some new opportunities to meet new people. It's good for job resumes, and it's just good to tell people like, hey, I volunteer for this. I can get you contact info if you need to and it's, oh my gosh, it's so much fun. It is. On beautiful days like this too, it's like, come out please. Don't be on your couch. It's really fun.
Students from all over the St. Louis metro area helped get O'Fallon's parks ready to go for the summer. Students spread mulch throughout the parks. They removed pesky honeysuckle bushes, and they even cleaned up the Darius Heald home. But for these students, it was all about the learning experience that they can take with them in the future.
They've talked about some of the career choices that they want to make, the path that they're going in. We've got one who's studying botany, and someone who's in chemistry. A few of the other ones are in other trades, and they can see or relate what they're doing in this tech or trade school to going to college and then what they might be able to choose as a career path later on.
Because we live here, we want to make sure the place that we live is always looking beautiful and perfect to us, to represent more of our community, show that we actually care.
It's a great workout for you, and it's a great thing to do, and it helps out the environment. And I didn't know some of the people in my group, and you can meet new people that way as well.
Thanks to the 1,000+ volunteers that recently gave back to our community. All the time and effort that was put in is much appreciated by the City of O'Fallon and their employees.
So if you think about all the parks that we have in the city, all of the trees that are within the park, the annuals that we grow in-house in the greenhouse actually, which is pretty rare. Most cities will actually order in plugs or have someone put those in. We actually grow all of that in-house and then we install it. So it's pretty large task to have 3 to 4 people handle all that. So what these kids are doing is a huge significant role in what they're playing on helping not only to lighten our load but to make a difference.
So remember that there's still a bunch of volunteer opportunities in O'Fallon for the rest of the spring and summer months. And to find out how to become a part of O'Fallon's volunteer family, you can check them out on Facebook or Twitter.
Next, let's go inside a local fire station to see how our firefighters are equipped to handle any emergency. OFallonTV's Brett Figgis has this story.
Everybody knows that firefighters, well, fight fires. And when things are getting hot, we're glad to see the big red engines roll onto the scene. Putting out structure fires might seem like their primary job, but they actually respond to a wide variety of call-outs. Our firefighters are fully equipped to handle water rescue situations. They can get people out of tangled wrecks with the famous jaws of life, and they're even ready to assist with medical emergencies. We stopped by O'Fallon's Fire Station number 5, located on the south side of O'Fallon's Fire Protection District, to give you an inside look at an average day in the life of an O'Fallon firefighter.
You know, an average day for us, we start our days at 7:30. Basically, we come in, we do a roll call, and that basically is just kind of to outline our day, what we're going to do that day. Once we do that, the most important thing for us next is to check our equipment to make sure it's in operating condition and order, followed by training on our equipment because we need to be proficient with our equipment. And that takes us basically through lunch, if not a little bit later than lunch. After that, we'll get a workout in. Cardio and weight training are huge to our business. We need to keep our bodies in shape. And then after we get all our assignments completed, then we have our relaxation time. Sometimes relaxation time can be, guys are still going to classes, working on their degrees or something, or it can be just watching TV. And that's kind of a typical day. Obviously, we're running calls throughout the day, but we never know what that's going to entail. We don't know if that's going to be 2 or 3 or if that's going to be 10 or 12. And that's kind of a typical day for O'Fallon firefighters.
What Captain Braille didn't mention was the incredible amount of professional training our firefighters have already received. Like any first responder, they need to be prepared for any situation, and they need to be ready to use the full functionality of their fire engines. We got a chance to talk to engineer Mike Nipping, who will walk us through the capabilities of Station 5's engine 9154.
First, we're going to go right here into the compartment. We're going to show you some things as we move around the truck. Here's where the firefighters sit as we go to a call. If you can kind of peek in there, you'll be able to see that our air tanks are built right into the seat. That way we can be putting our air packs on as we go to the call. This is where our engineer, which is the driver of the truck, operates all the hose lines coming off of the truck and to the truck. As you can see, it looks complicated. We go through several years of schooling to learn how to operate the truck. So if you want to take a look, to make it real simple for some people, if you come up here and look at pre-connect 2, it's red. Come down here to pre-connect 2, which is red, pull that line out, and that's how we get water through that hose. In the back of our truck, we have one of the best tools available to us. Right here we have the Jaws of Life. It operates by getting people out of car wrecks. It enables us to spread and cut through metal to remove the patient from the vehicle. Over here, every fire truck has to have ladders. We keep our ladders on the interior of the fire truck. And that's where those all are. Some of the capabilities of our fire truck include confined space, rope access, and swift water and ice rescue. As you can see here, we got some of our ice rescue and swift water suits out. We got our swift water suit along with our personal flotation device, our helmets, and here's our ice rescue suit.
All of this equipment is put to good use when serving the O'Fallon community, but there's one piece of equipment we haven't seen yet. Now, Mike will show off their specialized suit of flame-resistant armor.
As we go to a fire, we got to wear special gear to keep us from getting burned in a house fire. As you can see here, one of our firefighters is dressed up in everything we have. We start down here with the pants, come up with the coat, flashlight, walkie-talkie, the air mask, the helmet. He's got gloves on. If he turns around, we can see that we got the air tank, which holds all the air we need to breathe, with the hoses that go up to the mask so he breathes a nice clean air.
All of this gear, preparation, and training means our firefighters are ready to respond to emergencies at any time. While filming this package, we were called out to an electrical issue, which was upgraded to a structure fire while en route. These firefighters were fully suited up and ready to jump out of the truck within 60 seconds. Luckily, the situation wasn't serious when we arrived, but it's good to know these professionals are protecting our city. It's not the thrill of the job that excites our firefighters. It's the knowledge that they're truly helping the people of O'Fallon.
We probably like most about the gratification that we get on making the public happy. That sounds kind of cheesy a little bit, but really just interacting with the community. Believe it or not, firefighters do like to communicate with the public, and it puts a smile on our face to know that we're able to serve in that capacity. Yes, we do run calls and that kind of stuff, but we realize when the call comes in, that's the public's worst day. The gratification that we're able to make that day better for someone, that's the best thing about being a firefighter.
Remember, if you need help, dial 911 immediately. And when you hear the sirens of our fire engines roll in, you'll know our firefighting professionals have arrived and are ready to do everything they can to help you with your emergency.
This local organization helps the poor and homeless get back on their feet one step at a time.
First Step Back Home is a 501c3 public charity that serves the homeless and working poor of St. Charles, Lincoln, and Warren counties. Founder and President Paul Cruz and his wife Lana have helped over 6,000 people get back on their feet in the past 10 years.
Well, certainly the main goal is to get the homeless and the working poor one step further in their self-sufficiency roles. Ideally to become able to take care of all of their own personal needs, pay their own bills, live in their own homes again. And primarily our role as First Step Back Home is getting them off the streets and into some lodging so that they can get jobs and become self-sufficient as soon as possible.
43.6 million people in the United States are living in poverty, and oftentimes individuals fall through the cracks. So First Step Back Home fills in those cracks with homeless crisis intervention and homeless prevention.
They tell me their situation, what they need and all that. And then I'll tell them what our requirements are and what we expect out of them, and counsel with them, and just basically work with them. I have a system set up where all I have to do is call them a hotel and okay for the room, and they can come in anytime they can make it and stay the prescribed amount of time.
First Step Back Home teams up with local churches and organizations to provide hot meals for those in need. In fact, a hot meal is provided every single night of the month the need for donations and volunteerism are always present.
We spend over $50,000 a year on motel rooms, just paying for shelter for people. And another need is for communication. They don't have cell phones, and they don't have money to buy minutes on their phones, so we buy cell phones for them. And that helps them to in a job search. We require them to submit 15 applications a day for work for every day in a motel.
The key to First Step Back Home's success rate is that assistance is provided to those individuals who are capable of and agree in advance to actively seeking self-supporting status.
You know, when somebody's serious and willing, you know, to go any length to find a place and do the right thing, you know, I would definitely send them to First Step Back Home.
One of the only nonprofit organizations that really helped me as far as being a single male with no family or a wife. Most of these places like Salvation Army only accept you as family. And he's the only nonprofit organization doing any help like this in this area for single male. It helped me, pointing me in the right directions to the pantries. It helped me with finances. Helped me pay a traffic ticket or two. You know, helped me with my first month's rent here. And that's the opportunity that he gave me.
Getting a hold of Paul is the first step when seeking needed assistance.
We get 70 to 100 calls a week, and just all referral. People know what I do, and they can count on me for helping people and working with them and all that. So they get referred to me, and they just call me, and then I just take their information and try to meet with them and get more information. The more you know about somebody, the more you can help them.
Paul and Lana continue their faith-based mission day in and day out. And please remember that you can help the near homeless and homeless of our community with your time, talent, prayers, and donations.
Well, I think over the last 10 years since Paul started this ministry, he has really raised the awareness of the problem. A lot of people say, oh, not in my backyard, this homeless thing doesn't happen. But we're on a major interstate here, and there's a lot of cross-country travelers, there's a lot of people just moving from one place to another, and there's a lot of homelessness going on just right here in our own region.
If you need help or would like to find out more information on First Step Back Home, you can call them at 636-466-1365, or you can visit them on their website at www.firststepbackhome.net.
Thanks for watching today's show. If you have a good story idea, let us know. You can email us at OFallonTV@OFallon.mo.us. Thanks for watching, and remember to give back to your community, because OFallon matters to all of us.